What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM, and this is going to be the tier list of the best diamond cards in the game, lads. So anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 220,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Right now we are only actually 200 off, so the way things are going, we might actually hit that in the next 2 or 3 days, which will be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But if you guys are a fan of my team content and you guys want to find out about the game, about the best players, about different ways of playing the game, how to use budget players, this is definitely the place to be, or to watch. So anyway, now we are going to get onto it. So there are obviously only diamond cards on this tier list, and we got a lot of pretty good ones. You have got guys all the way from Zion to diamonds we got at the very start of the game. So there are some we didn't include, and I've definitely forgot one of them. I've definitely, in all these tier lists, I forgot at least one card. So, Al Horford, D. I mean, he has positives. He most definitely has positives, I will say that. He's got bronze clamps. Overall, somewhat decent player, but at the same time, dude's got 2 cold zones from the corners. And no matter how good a card is, I'm telling you, 2 cold zones from the corners, it's rough. I will say that right now. Corner cold zones are most definitely rough in game. So he is going down here into D tier. Otherwise, his release is awful as well, by the way. So that's kind of another reason. Then we got Mark Aguirre getting the worthless. I mean, Aguirre is not very good. He's got a good post game in a game where post stats don't matter. He's 6'5", I think. Can't even play the 2 guard. He's not it. I'm telling you. Mark Aguirre is not it. Then we got Bill Russell. I mean, B. Bill Russell is not half bad. He is not half bad at all. He's a decent player. That's all I'm going to say. He's not this exceptional player. It's not like he's a player that I'm the world's biggest fan of, but he's a very good defender, but bad on offense. So that's why I'm just going to say he's decent. Yes, there are players that can have a lot of success with the guy, but he is a liability on offense. There is no question about that. So, next we got Larry Bird. An early diamond in the game, was arguably the best card in the game. Well, he's arguably the best player on my team when I got Paul Pierce. And Larry Bird's a beast. He is a beast. It was a weird one. I think I sold him day 5 or day 6 for 80k, and he went to a buy or to a bid at one stage. At the end of the season, am I right in saying kind of at the end of season 1 he started dropping? He's 50k now, but man, if you want someone just to hit a wide open shot, there are not many better players in this game than Larry Bird. Straight up. If you want someone to hit when they are wide open, Larry Bird is the perfect player. Only problem with Larry is he's super slow. If he was faster, he'd be S tier, but he's got 60 speed. I don't know why I said pace. I've been playing FIFA the last couple of days trying to get a team ready for Weekend League. I haven't done Weekend League in a week, so doing those objectives to get some players, and I just referred to speed as pace, but yeah, Larry Bird, A tier. Then we got Ben Wallace. It wouldn't be a tier list. Ben Wallace is this year's Patrick Ewing. I only put him on tier list to put him in worthless, because you just never know with tier lists whether a card is going to be in worthless or not, but you can always count on Ben Wallace being in worthless. The guy can't make a layup. He's got 70 speed, bad lateral. He's tiny for a center. He doesn't rebound particularly well, and he can't make a layup. So he can't make a layup, can't shoot a mid-range shot, can't shoot a 3, can't shoot a free throw. He's awful. Then we got Gary Payton. C, he got gold clamps and pretty okay release, so I'm not the biggest fan of Payton, I will say that, but C. There are better cards. Jerry West is one of them. And man, we were way too hyped on Jerry West to start the game. Funnily enough though, when he first came out on the database, he got gold range off rip. And now he can't even get range when you put when you badge him up, he still can't get range. So for that reason, he's down here he's in B tier, but if he could get range, he'd be higher. I don't like him, by the way. Next gen, he's even worse because he's got Pro 5 behind the back, which is worthless. because it turns into like the slowest behind the back in the game. Not the biggest deal in the world though. Still okay. Then we got Isaiah Thomas. I mean, he's quick. He's quick. I might move him down. He's kind of similar to Payton, but I would definitely take Thomas over Payton. But there's not that much of a difference. I might end up moving Isaiah Thomas down, but he's not bad. Then we got Lamar Odom. I mean, if we're talking current gen, get him into D. We're talking next gen, probably get him A. So he'd be like BC. Release is really iffy. I don't know what the hell they did to LaMarcus Aldridge base, but it went from being base 11 to just this awful release. However, Odom, again, he doesn't play any defense. He's kind of slow. Profile behind the back, so that kind of gets nerfed on next gen. But I mean, like, overall, he's fine. It's not like he's terrible, but he's just fine. That's the only way to describe him. Paul George. I'm putting him in A because it's very early on the list and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to regret putting him in S, but he's probably in the top 10 dimes in this game. Let's be real. Steve Nash. Let's just swap these. I mean, when you fully badge up Steve Nash, he gets clamps, range, extender, quick first step. He gets basically every badge in the game, so Nash is objectively better than Isaiah Thomas, but Nash's release and his animations just are not it. They're not it. Chris Webber, I hate him. I absolutely hate Chris Webber. I know some people liked him at the very start. He was a small ball center that couldn't really shoot the ball. He is base 22, but it doesn't even feel like 22. I can't even shoot with the guy on next gen. I tried to use him on next gen. Because like, everyone's got a next gen. Can't even shoot with him on next gen. It's not that he's bad, but he's just not great. Then we have got Draymond Green, getting to S. No question about it. If you guys know anything about Draymond, if you know anything about myself and Draymond Green, like, there may not be anyone around that likes Draymond as much as I like Draymond. It's like, I don't miss with him because I'm so used to using him non-stop. I've used his release so much that I green basically everything. And that's one of the things. I probably rate Draymond Green higher than anyone else. And it's a situation like, for example, with Ty with Elgin Baylor. The guy probably spent 10 hours evoing up Elgin Baylor and has used him in his team every single day since. So obviously his opinions on Baylor is going to be a lot higher than most people because he's so used to his release. But that's the same thing with me and Draymond. So Draymond, like, I have him in my top 5 players in the game. I have Draymond over LeBron James. I have Draymond over Zion. He's my best. He's my favorite diamond in the game right now. Is he? Yeah, he's my favorite diamond in the game. I'll stand by that. I just love this card. Then we have Kevin Durant. I mean, I'm not C tier, obviously. I mean, B. I don't like him. I love the pink diamond KD. He's so good. He is unreal. I don't like this diamond KD. I don't know what it is. I just don't like him. Give me Larry over KD, but I know most people would take KD over Larry. Then we got Stockton, getting to S. Stockton's ridiculous, lads. He is absolutely ridiculous. He's not great on next gen, I will say that. I mean, in comparison, he's not great on next gen. His SIGs aren't quite as good. His release is not quite as good. There's like a lot of things with Stockton that are a lot better on current gen, but he's still not terrible on next gen. But it's one of those weird ones where there are very few players in the game that are worse on next gen. And funnily enough, Draymond and John Stockton are two of those guys. And Paul George is another one of those guys that are a lot better on current gen than next gen. And then another guy in S tier, the most obvious conclusion in S tier in this game is, out of all these, is Zion Williamson. He's another guy that kind of sucks on next gen. Then we have Kyrie. Kyrie's getting to A tier. Kyrie's good. Like, yeah, his defense is not ideal. He's good on both gens. His release, because he's got the quick release, his release is actually pretty nice. Handles pretty decent in the half court. I like him. He's not elite. He might get moved down, but I actually like Kyrie Irving. I think he's good. And I think I forgot him in my top 100 list. Funnily enough, I think like Bill Russell was like 50. And I had Kyrie Irving I'm not sure I had Kyrie Irving on the list. But as far as point guards specifically go, Kyrie Irving's high. And diamond as well. Latrell. Give me Latrell in S, but I might change it. Give me Darren in S. Darren's a no-brainer. But Latrell, I don't know really what it is with Latrell Sprewell. I really like him. Like, some people don't like him, but I like his behind the back. I like base 4. I like kind of everything about this card. He plays good defense. He's like a slightly downgraded Dr. J for me. He's literally a Dr. J with minus 10 speed. And then we have Darren Williams, Curry slide, base 22. He's definitely current gen made, Pro 5 behind the back. I like him on next gen. I don't love him on next gen, but he's pretty decent. But he is a current gen made. Then we have got one of the best players in the game, period, on next gen, and a pretty good current gen player, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis on next gen is a joke. It is a joke. His behind the back just still glitches through people. The guy gets contacts non-stop, and with the way the game's played, he genuinely hits a bunch of three-pointers. So I'm going to put him in S tier. Giannis' defense is unbelievable, both gens, though. He can hit from the corners and unlimited, but, I mean, you have to kind of be used to him to hit with him in the corners, and also make sure you have the meter turned off. That is quite a big thing with Giannis. So I'm going to put him in here in S tier. I think he does belong there. And then we've got Allen Iverson, D tier. No clamps, no range extender. Not the greatest person to go and buy people. Here is literally better Allen Iverson coming up later. The SIGs are okay. Then we've got Derek Fisher, A. Derek Fisher is really good. I'm sorry, like, a lot of people don't think he's great because very few people locked in for him. And I would very much not advise anyone to lock in for him. But he's got Curry slide, he's got a really good release, and he's got a lefty release, which for me is a massive thing. Like, I prefer lefty releases over right-handed releases. And, like, it's a significant difference for me between a lefty and a right-handed release. So, I am going to put Derek Fisher here in A tier. Then we got Magic Johnson. I'm telling you now, Magic Johnson will be one of the best point guards in the game, but not this card. He's D. He's a 6'9" point guard. It's literally the only thing he has going from his height. He's slow, doesn't get quick for his step, can't shoot the ball really, can't really play inside that much, and he's just not good. Can't play defense either. We got LeBron. Let me put LeBron in A tier. If we were talking purely next gen, he'd be out here in S tier. I don't like him on current gen, but he is still very, very quick, plays lanes well, and dunks on people. So, LeBron James, get into A tier. Chuck Person. He's another player I forgot on my top 100 list. Chuck Person's good, man. He's good. Let me put him kind of lower in the C. You have to badge him out for him to be even usable, but he's got Scotty's release, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but he's decent. Then we have got Daryl Griffith. I like Daryl Griffith as well. I think Daryl Griffith is a nice player. You can get him clamps. When you badge him up, he's good. I like him. I really like Daryl Griffith. But he was not the best TTO award last season because it was Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans. Like, he is a sniper. He is for me, he's a sniper. And as well as that, like, I don't know why I called him sniper first and foremost, because most people can't shoot with him at all. He blows by everybody. 94 speed, ball, and acceleration. 6'5", Hall of Fame quick first step. Really nice dunk packages, and the 70 dunk of death. If you guys know about the 70 dunk, if you trigger a dunk and your driving dunk rating is 70, unless you are blocked from behind, it is physically impossible to block it. Darren Will. Oh no, he's actually, sorry. I don't know why I said that. He's 75 dunk. Darren Williams, Sleepy Floyd are both members of the 70 dunk crew that are just impossible to block. But Tyreek Evans, he's got really good animations. I forgot, he's a 75 dunk. He's not quite as good, but he still dunks fine. He doesn't get contact, so. Then we got Rafer. I'm putting Rafer up here in S. He's way better. He's like, imagine if they mixed Kyrie's SIGs with Allen Iverson's jump shot. That's literally it. Clearly, he's Kyrie's SIGs with Allen Iverson's jump shot. He's Kyrie Iverson. He's quality. Like, Iverson's jumper is unbelievable, but his lack of range is a problem. He's got silver range. Quick Trey Burke release, best release in the game. I'm telling you that right now. The best release in the game is Rafer Alston. Catch and shoot off the dribble. Trey Burke on quick. It's the best release. And we got CJ. CJ's okay. He's okay. He's C. Like, his jumper's good. I'll admit that. He's definitely not worth finishing the exchange for. But he's alright. Like, absolutely nothing wrong with CJ McCollum. Except for his defense, obviously. But offensively, nothing really wrong with him. Lou Hudson. I mean, I like Lou. I do like Lou. It's probably the second best diamond token award after New Hall Greer. But Lou's good. Lou's good. And we got Larry. Let me put Badge Larry in A. But he'd be upper A. Yeah, he's not quite Paul George. He's not quite Paul George. So he'd be like upper A tier. His release is really nice. His handle's not great, but he can get quick first step. He can get range. He can get clamps as well. Can play the 3 or the 4. For my playstyle, he actually quite fits. Pretty much fits one of my power forwards. But like, is he better than Giannis? No. Is he better than Draymond? No. So he's going into A. Darius Miles. Get yourself into the upper C tier. I mean, he barely, if even, he's barely top 100. He's probably somewhere between like 95 and 130, the top players in the game, but not like he's awful. Now we got Des Mason. I mean, I'm tempted. Put him in D. He's okay on next gen. Awful release, not a bad defender though. Or is it, alright, awful jump shot, not a bad release. Not a bad defender. Dude can't dribble either, so get him into D tier. Then we got Timmy D. Why am I even contemplating he's S? He's obviously one of the best diamond cards in the game. He's one of the best cards, period, in the game. He's a top 20 card, no question about it in this game. Oscar Robertson, I mean, wherever Magic Johnson is, he's a slightly better version of Magic. I'm not going to put him up a tier. I mean, if you ask me who do I want, Oscar Robertson or IT, I'm taking IT every time. Tony Parker, again, very similar. He's down in D. Not a player I like at all. Not a player I like at all. Yes, he's quick. Yes, he can blow by people. Can't really do much going to the basket. As well as that, the problem with Tony Parker is, again, he's just not great. Alright, he doesn't play defense either, and he's just not exceptional on offense. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, get into C tier. Or B tier. Get into B tier. An absolute sniper. A little bit too tall to really be usable in competitive settings, but if you're playing unlimited, he's more than fine. David West. Dahi Ear Dahi. David West. He is B tier. He's basically literally David West, Hal Greer, Dino Raja, Mike Miller, whatever the diamond, Connie Hawkins, literally all of the exact same SIGs. The SIGs are pretty nice. They are pretty nice, I will admit that. But he can get almost every badge and he can get range extender. Kevin Love, I mean, same as David West. David West, or Kevin Love, one of the best catch and shoot releases in the game. Only problem with Kevin Love is that he's just okay when it comes to everything else. Doesn't play defense, but I mean, like, his overall offense game is just okay. 3-point shooting now is spectacular. Diamond Russell Westbrook, one of the most underrated cards in the game. And I'm going to actually move a few people down. I'm going to put him up to... I mean, I'm putting him in A. I like him. I really like him. He's going A tier. And so, like, the only problem with him is that he comes with some off badges off rip. But if you fully badge him up, he's basically just John Wall. Like, if you can find a way to get him off quick first step, or even go quick first step, he's basically just cheap John Wall. And we got Drazen Petrovic, one of the best snipers in the game. Drazen Petrovic is up here into A tier. Quality player. And we got D-Rob. D-Rob, A tier. David Robinson is definitely A tier. I'm going to move Jerry West down because I really don't like him. But David Robinson, A tier, one of the best big men in the game. When it's all said and done, I might move him up a tier, but I'm going to keep him in A for now. D-Rob's really good. Then we have got Dame Lillard. Dame, getting like the upper C tier. Like the higher end of C tier. He's really good on next gen. Current gen, he's iffy. He's very iffy current gen. So I'm going to put him C tier. Then we got Oladipo. No. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I thought for a second by clicking the back button there that we had lost it all. Then we've got Oladipo, who is going into B, lower B. Oladipo's good, man. He's good. Defense is top quality. He'd be like, he's upper B, but he's B. Defense quality, I'm not the biggest fan of him. His offense is kind of poor, but he's quality. He's overall good. Then we have got Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson, a no-brainer in S tier. I don't like him on next gen. I really don't like him on next gen. Current gen, he's A tier, and it is not even a debate. Oh my god. I was about to say I thought I forgot one of my favorite players in the game, but I haven't. Then we get DeMar DeRozan. I mean, if we're talking next gen, dude's A tier. If we're talking current gen, dude's D tier or worthless. Nah, he's D tier on current gen. So the question is, do I put him in B tier or do I put him in C tier? Let me put him in B because he's just a god on next gen. He's probably D tier. It's one of these guys. He's either overall lower B or upper C. I would not use him if you're playing on current gen though. Monte Ellis. I mean, if Rafer Austin's in A, I gotta put Monte Ellis in S. Ellis is quality. Ben Simmons. I mean, you gotta put him in B tier, but it's not like he's a bad card per se. He is super fast, dunks it on everybody. Only problem with Simmons is that, unfortunately, Ben Simmons cannot hit a shot to save his life. So he's going B tier. Brandon Ingram. I mean, I used Brandon Ingram again. Dude, next gen is borderline S tier. He's borderline S, but I'm putting him in A. His release is cash. He's basically got Jaylen Brown release on quick. He's got not great length, which is weird because historically in 2K, Brandon Ingram's always had good length, and that's kind of one thing he kind of struggles with. The fact that he's 6'7". He started off in NBA 2K17 at 6'10". He is now 6'7". He has shrunk 3 inches in the last 4 years. At this rate, he'll be an undersized point guard by NBA 2K25. So, Brandon Ingram, good shooter, decent ball handling. Defense, you gotta give him clamps, but man, next gen, he's borderline S, so I'm gonna have to put him A. Micah Red. I like him a lot more than Derozan, but we're gonna put him A tier. Going to put him in A tier. One of the best snipers in the game. Catch and shoot wide open, there's not many players better. Paul Millsap. I mean, we're talking next gen, dude's going A or B. Dude is going A or B if we are talking next gen. But I gotta put him in C. The dude has got cold zones in the 2 corners. I don't care how good a card you are. If you've got 2 cold zones and no hot zones outside of 3, cold zones from mid-range, you are not going above C tier. Hot zones mean so much in current gen. Unless hot zones, unless they completely change the way hot zones work. If they do change the way hot zones work, chuck them up a tier or 2. Maybe even A tier. But until hot zones are changed, nah, C tier. Melo. I mean, if we're talking current gen, he's A. If we're talking next gen, or if we're talking current gen, he's B. If we're talking next gen, he's A. Or current gen, he's A. He's B. Next gen, he's A. He's better on next gen. I'm gonna put him B though. I've only used him once. Do not have enough of an opinion on him to compare him with these guys. And like, yeah, I'm not. He's not better than Brandon Ingram. Either gen, he's not better than Brandon Ingram. I'm gonna say that right now. Arvydas Sabonis. I mean, Arvydas Sabonis is A. He's just a way better version of Ilgauskas. He's, especially next gen, he's not that slow, but on current gen, like, he's like LaFrent's speed. He's like a significantly better, like, Bargnani. Mullen. What am I talking about? Mullen's, wherever Derozan is, A tier. Mullen, sniper. Straight up sniper. That's basically all it is. Plays a bit of defense. I didn't even bother getting him, but he is a sniper. He's great. Glenn. Get into S tier, Glenn. You know. If you know, you know. Glenn Robinson on next gen is better than Zion Williamson, and it is not even close. If you know, you know about this card. If you are currently playing on next gen and you don't have Glenn Robinson, get him. If you are currently playing on current gen and you don't have Glenn Robinson, get him. He's one of the top, I'm going to say he's a top 10 card in the game on next gen. And on current gen, he's a top 20 card. He is, in terms of, like, if we're ranking diamonds, you'd have, like, Draymond, you'd have Zion, and then right after those guys, you've got Glenn. And then if you're talking next gen, Glenn is better than all of them. He's the best diamond in the game on next gen. Closely followed, though, by Monte Ellis or Rafer Austin. Or Giannis, sorry, Giannis. Next gen will probably be Glenn, Giannis, Ellis, and Rafer as the best on next gen. Jeff Malone. I mean, Jeff Malone's A tier. Dude's got Trey Burke base, good enough SIG, shoots the ball really well. Like, you can't not put the guy in A tier. I'm sorry, he's good. He's Trey Burke base, he is really, really good. Just like he was really good last year. If you guys don't remember, he was actually really, really good last year when he came out. As a token card, it was just he came out the same day as Paul Westphal, and Westphal was just better. Speaking of Paul Westphal, Westphal's going into A tier as well. Paul Westphal is really good. He is not a cheap exchange. I don't know. Like, his exchange is probably about maybe 40k. I don't think he's really worth 40k as a diamond. But when we start getting amethysts at like 2000 MT, I will probably lock in for a Westphal. I think he's all right. It's just that his exchange is a bit expensive right now. Dude's got Curry slide. He can dunk it a little bit. He can run. His only problem, he can play defense. His only problem is he doesn't have range. He's basically like, he's a clone of Pete Maravich, by the way. So the same 6 Pete Maravich. Imagine if they took away Pete Maravich's range extender but gave him clamps. That's literally what Paul Westphal is. Is if they took away Maravich's range extender and gave him clamps. Antoine Walker, I mean, C, D maybe. Like, he's fine. He does a job. I mean, actually no. All the guys in D I would say are bad. C tier is the just fine tier. That's where Antoine Walker is. Hal Greer, I mean, getting to B. Shane Battier getting to B as well. Have I used Hal Greer in game? No. Have I used Battier? Obviously, no one's used Battier. But Hal Greer and Battier are clones. As in, there are literal players in the game that have the exact same SIGs as Hal Greer. That have the exact same jump shot as Hal Greer. So you can tell what Hal Greer is going to be like because he is literally a clone of another player. And I can tell you right now, having never used Hal Greer, that he's in this B tier. A lower end of B tier, but he's in this B tier. He's better than Jerry West. He's better than Gary Payton. I'm telling you right now, having not used the card, I know that. And also, Shane Battier is literally a Bruce Bowen clone. He has the same release. He plays like the same positions. He is literally a clone of Bruce Bowen. And with how much I like Bruce Bowen and how much of an upgrade stats-wise Shane Battier is than Bruce Bowen, and the fact they are literally the same card, just with a different player build, and the fact Shane Battier's got even more length than Bruce Bowen as well. Battier is very, very comfortably here in B tier. Trust me on that one. You don't have to use Battier. Considering he is a clone, you don't have to use him. If he was a completely new card and I was just judging it based off MTDB, that is completely something that no one should be able to do because cards play different in game depending on their you can't tell exactly how good they are. You can get a general idea, but you can't tell exactly he's good. But these guys are clones, so I can pretty much confirm that that's kind of the level they're at. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the video. That is the diamond tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.